Hi, welcome to Edward Box Guitar Tuition. So my classic album inspection today, released September the 3rd, 1973, is Uriah Heep's Sweet Freedom. 50 years old today. This is their 6th album and it comes on the back of a really strong run. Very heavy, very humble in 1970. 2 albums in 71, Salisbury and the superb Look at Yourself. And then the double whammy of Demons and Wizards and The Magician's Birthday, Uriah Heep being one of those bands to produce 2 classic albums in 1 year. So what's this album like? Well, the album cover's different. It's just got a picture of the band on a sunset. So it doesn't have like the Roger Dean artwork. So they're going for a slightly different vibe. It's less sort of proggy, and the lyrics, it hasn't got any kind of fantasy elements to the lyrics. Maybe a little bit on the last track. It was actually recorded in somewhere called Chateau de Urville in France. I think they went to south of France. Maybe they went for tax reasons, who knows. Released with that double gatefold. There was tradition for their albums back then. Bronze Records used to put a lot of money into their packaging. It actually did very well for the band. It got a gold disc in America, made number 33, silver in the UK, made number 18. And chart placings in Australia, Austria, Canada, Denmark, Finland, Germany, Japan, Norway, number 2. So, Heep had, I don't think people realise that Uriah Heep did have like a kind of big audience. They were very popular in Germany and Australia, probably more so than rivals like Black Sabbath or Deep Purple, but don't quote me on that. So what's this album like? Well, weirdly enough, it actually starts with the worst track, which is a track called Dreamer, which I'm really not that keen on. It's just a kind of fun rocker about, following your dreams and superstardom. The production's very scratchy on it. It feels like, it's kind of a bit of a leftover track. I often feel Uriah Heep are better when they can kind of stretch out more. I mean, you get like great sort of quick rockers like Easy Living and tracks like that, but the songs are better when they're more expansive. It's actually written by Gary Fane and Mick Box. Usually Ken Hensley does most of the writing. So track 2, things pick up more. That it's Stealing. So this is one of the staples of Uriah Heep, of their live set now. It was quite a big hit for them. Got radio play. Still gets radio play in America on classic rock radio stations. I think it was a big hit in Australia. It's kind of got a bit of a country rock vibe, and the lyrics sort of reflect that. Very catchy, nice bouncy beat, cool keyboard parts, nice kind of harmony guitar line on it. A great live staple to this day. Then track 3, things take another dip down with One Day. Again, this is sort of in the realms of the opening track, Dreamer. It's only 2 minutes 47. It's one of those sort of quicker sort of rockers Uriah Heep do. Again, it doesn't do a lot for me. But then things really pick up at the end of side 1, and for the rest of the album with the title track, Sweet Freedom. This has got a really cool slow build. I wouldn't call this a deep cut because it has been played live and it is a favourite of fans, but it's just got a little more to it. It's 6 minutes 37. Excellent sort of multi-track harmonies on it. Of course, this is something the band were and still are renowned for. Right up there with bands like Queen or The Sweet or Journey, with that ability to reproduce amazing live vocal harmonies. So an excellent enter side 1. Side 2 opens with If I Had the Time. This is another kind of more expansive track. It's 5 minutes 43. Love the keyboard line on this. It's one of the things I like about Uriah Heep is they use crazy keyboard sounds, and this has got a kind of type sound. Really nice sort of change from major chord to minor chord on the melody. And a nice kind of soft vocal on the verses from Byron, and building up to quite an epic chorus, and the production kind of shines more on this track. Then probably my second favourite track on the album, which is 7 Stars, is up next. This has got the classic sort of Uriah Heep shuffle in 12/8 time. It's kind of up tempo. It's really catchy. It kind of rocks along. Quite weirdly, the lyrics kind of go A, B, C, A, B, D, C, D. I'm messing up the alphabet here. A, B, C, D, E. You'd have to listen to the track, but they kind of harmonise the alphabet, which should be stupid and not work, but it does. And then the track 7 is my favourite track on the album, which is Circus. This is just an acoustic number with nice jangly acoustic chord pattern with a lovely harmonic line over the top. It's written by Gary Fane, Mick Box and Lee Kerslake. Not sure, I'm guessing Lee Kerslake as one of the main backing singers. The third singer in the band, I guess, would have possibly written the vocal melody, may have had a bit of the lyrics. I really like this track. It's just really mellow, and it's all about kind of the rock and roll circus, or being in a hotel and celebrity culture, and I think it works really well. I think it was inspired maybe by them being, staying at the Chateau de Marmont in LA. I just love it. I actually saw them play it live, and it was really good. And then the album finishes with the epic track 7 is 10, which is Pilgrim. It kind of starts off as a bit funky, sort of wah guitar, sort of dramatic vocal from Byron, and then it kind of changes feel halfway through, goes in this stompy epic. I think it's about someone who kind of arrives as a pilgrim in a land or a town or something and becomes a dictator, I think. David Byron co-writes this. Although it's not as good as the previous 3 tracks, it does kind of fit the end of the album. So I think this is a really good record. I think the two dodgy tracks aside, sometimes it's kind of my I prefer it to The Magician's Birthday, but other times I sort of pick that as a kind of my third choice after Look at Yourself and Demons and Wizards, which I think are the best, and also more recent ones. But I'd probably give it certainly a 7, probably an 8 out of 10. It's still continuing that really good run. After this, things will get more patchy. The Wonderworld album I don't have any time for. Return to Fantasy and High and Mighty a step up, but this really does mark the end of the kind of sweet spot of the Byron era. 50 years old today. Check it out, and I'll see you again soon for another classic album inspection. Thanks very much.